Hey, I'm Chris Fuller from Pioneer RISA. I'm the Instructional Technology Director there, and I want to walk you through SuitCase, Inspire, Velocity, and then some of the resources available for you in there. You're going to access all of this through SLDS, but before we hop in, I want you to go to jchrisfuller.me. It is going to take you to this website right here. So if you ever want to collaborate on something or work together, you can go to jchrisfuller.me and you can view my calendar. And if there's a date that's open that works for you, let me know. We'll reserve that date for you and we can integrate technology into something you're already doing. We can plan for that during your planning time. I'm happy to come in and model that as well. But my job is just to support technology in the RISA. So if we can apply that to you in your classroom, just let me know and then find a date that works for you and we will make it happen. So head on over to your school information system, find that SLDS tab, click on it, and then you're going to see the suite of software from the Department of Education. The first thing I want you to do is find the DOE community. The DOE community is a place for you to connect with other educators that teach students in the same grade level and the same content area as you. On the left-hand side, find groups. And from here, you can begin to search the groups and filter them out by content area and grade level. As we move down the left bar, also make sure every now and then to check on grant opportunities. One of the most exciting opportunities is the Teacher Grant for Innovation because it recycles every single month. So if you apply and don't get it this month, then you can apply again next month. So if you're looking ahead, please let me know and we can collaborate, brainstorm, and get this grant written for you and try something new and exciting to engage your students. The next thing I want you to check out is SuitCase. Think of it as a literal suitcase where all of your standards live. They're put together in a way and organized in a way that if you're moving from content area to content area, there's a continuity there that makes it easier to navigate and easier to understand. There's a public facing site, so make sure that in the top right hand corner you see your name so that you can take advantage of some of the features built in right here. So go ahead and find your subject and click on it. Now go ahead and find your grade level. Select that from the drop down. You've got your standard and your substandards in there. There is now a comment feature built in. So the comments are private to you, or you can begin to create groups. So if you're not the only math teacher on your hallway, you can come in and create a group of math users for your district, and the comments that you make will only be visible to those users listed. So it's as easy as clicking Add New Group. Go ahead and click the pencil tool next to your group, and now we can begin to add members in that group by their email address. And now, when you go to create a comment, you can see that you have a math teachers at my school group. You'll be able to tag individual people in that group. So if you have questions, maybe one of those veteran teachers can answer that for you. You can type in your comment and hit save. And now notice right here, now we have a little comment bubble. So it's going to be easy to find those comments as you're working here in SuitCase. Again, this is just an easy to navigate, a uniform collection of our standards across K-12 and across all subjects. Another exciting feature of SuitCase is that it's going to connect standards for you as we move through and we see green bubbles. We click it and it's going to link that standard to the WIDA standard as well. Anytime you see this donut, just know that that means it's taking you to SuitCase. It's going to show you the standard. So as we continue to explore the DOE's software suite, anytime you see that donut, click it and it's going to pull up those standards. So that's the tour of SuitCase. Welcome to Inspire. This is the DOE's repository for resources, lesson ideas, and student activities that are created for you already. The first thing I need you to check once you're into Inspire is that your name is in the middle and the top right-hand corner. If it's not there, you're looking at the public-facing site. We can filter by our grade level and our content area. So go ahead and begin to explore right here under the course content collections. So if you're a new teacher, this is going to be a gold mine for you, as you're going to get course descriptions, units, pacing, content for you to use with your students. So this is going to give you a jump start and give you some content to begin working with, so you don't feel like you're starting from square one. So we can browse through our course description. We're going to use the orange rectangles to be able to drop down, look at our course-wide resources, and then begin to explore the units. Inside of the units, you're going to find resources for that unit, learning plans for you and your students, and then you're going to begin to see purple velocity tabs in there as well. So your resources are going to be everything that's included inside of this unit. And if we begin to expand the learning plans here, let's go ahead and open one up. We see our learning plan here, and then differentiation is built into that as well. So those students that need something a little bit different, that need a little extra support or just different support, we have ideas for you already built in. So if you find something that you really like, what you're going to do is head down to the bottom and find the green circle with the block stacked up in it and click Copy to My Content. Now that it's in your content, that button is going to turn into a blue circle. So if I click the blue circle, I can now begin to customize this for my class by clicking the Edit button. I can add or remove content based on what's best for my students and personalize this to fit my students' needs. We'll look at velocity closer in a little bit. Let's continue to work across the navigation bar at the top of your screen. Click Course Home, click My Content Collections, and then click on My Content Sandbox. This is where the lessons that you've added to your content are going to show up. So if you started editing yesterday and then saved and exited, all those edits are going to be saved right here inside of your My Content Sandbox. Head back into the My Content Collection tab. And now I need you to get ready. Click on Subscribed Content Collection. We're going to pull in some content specific for your grade level with some simple codes. So grab one of these 5-digit codes, type it in, click Check Code. Yes, we're sure we want to subscribe. And now you have a new collection full of resources for mathematics for your grade level. Click into any of these, and if you want to edit, all you have to do is click Copy Activity for my use, and you can begin to edit and use these throughout your course. If you change content areas or grade levels in the future and you no longer need some of these content resources, all you have to do is click into the tile, click on the 3 dots on the right-hand side, and click Unsubscribe from this collection. Continuing across the top, you can also access all your SuitCase, all your standards right here in Inspire, just like you do in SuitCase. So go ahead and head over to the resource repository. This is where you're going to find resources for instructional support and support for assessments. So let's go ahead. We'll start at the top and hop in to the assessments bubble right here. So as we move down the row, we see DRC Beacon. So elementary, middle school folks, go ahead and open up that folder, and then we can begin to look for educator resources where you're going to find test blueprints and frequently asked questions, just things to help you and support you and your students. Moving down the left side, let's hop to the big one, the Georgia milestone. So starting from the top, we have resources that we can share with parents. So let's go ahead and open that up for parents and students. We've got little Q&As that we can send home with them in both English and Spanish there that you can see. We have study guides for our students. Let's go ahead and hop in to our 5th grade one right here. So this is your Georgia milestone study guide that we can share with students. And for us, it's going to be really helpful because we're going to see sample items way down here on page 77. So I can go ahead and take these and put them into some assessments that I'm doing to check and see if my students are understanding and grasping those concepts. And they'll also get a feel for how questions are going to be formatted in the Georgia milestone. We're going to keep moving down, and let's check out some of the educator resources in here as well. So let's pop into 5th grade, look at ELA. So here's your blueprint, your assessment guides, your achievement level descriptors, and your writing rubrics. You could go ahead and grab this rubric and use it on the writings your students are currently doing right now so that they can begin to work towards mastery of all of those concepts. We do have some links to the practice test online, so we can share that, work through that with our students. And if you're not already using the Desmos calculator, math folks, do that now. So the same Desmos calculator that you use or can use with students on their Chromebooks is the same one the state of Georgia integrates into the milestone. Before we navigate away from assessment and accountability, find the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner, click those, and then click Add to My Collection. Let's head back into the resource repository by clicking the resource repository icon button. We've got some instructional support for you here as well. So Georgia Public Broadcasting has partnered with the Department of Education here in Georgia and has some great classroom resources for you. My gifted folks, you have some resources as well. And then if you work with students with disabilities, we can open that one up right there. And you guessed it, click the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner and add to my favorites collection. So if you work with students with disabilities, with gifted students, or you just want to bookmark the GPB resources here, make sure click those 3 dots, and then they're going to show up in your favorites here in just a moment. So keep going, because last thing I need to show you over here is the teaching and learning section right there. So go ahead, select your subject. Are you ELA, math, science, social studies? I'm just on a math kick today, so let's hop in here to math. And before I even look at anything, I'm going to click the 3 dots and add that to my favorites. Let me show you how this works now. You've just made a custom filter for your resource repository. So find that orange button in the top right, and now you're filtered down to just the things that pertain to your subject area. So let's hop back into our K-12 mathematics, and then we can begin to explore what they have going on in here. So on the bar on the left-hand side over here, let's head down and look at your student learning supports and resources here. We've got our toolkits for our students. We have things for multilingual learners, and down here, supports for students with disabilities. So these are going to be the companion document to help you support your students with disabilities. So we're actually going to explore inside of the Georgia Virtual Schools resources right there in the resource repository. We're going to look at some middle grade science. And now they have activities for everyone if you go under your courses. But Georgia Virtual Schools has gone ahead and pushed these out and shared them. So we're just hopping in from here. So elementary folks, you're not left out. Head over to courses, find your course, and then begin to look for these purple rectangles, and they're going to take you to velocity as well. So this works for everybody. And these are interactive activities, drag and drop, multiple choice, flashcard type of activities that our students can use. And it all tracks right here and gives me the data right here. If you want to use this with your students, all you have to do is hit use this activity with my students, add to Google Classroom. Now head over to the classwork tab, and there's the assignment that you just pushed out through Velocity. So students are going to be able to click on that assignment, sign in to Velocity with their names, and then where does all the data go? Well, it goes right back to the assignment, and in the top right-hand corner, you'll be able to see the results from your students working through Velocity, either by student or by exercise. So that's Velocity. What I would do first is explore the other Velocity activities that have already been created, and then you can dive in to start making some custom ones to fit your students' needs. If I can be of any assistance to you, please don't hesitate to reach out to Chris Fuller at Pioneer RESA.